So you are using the A&P study room. How important is it for you that this room be located near your lecture room and lab room?
It's a lot easier for students to come together, and you can ask teachers questions a lot easier. If it was further away, I don't think students would be more apt to come into the study room, because if they have questions, there's no one to really ask.
What if there was a tutor? Do you know Bob Durst, who's assigned to this room typically? What if there was a tutor in the room that could answer your questions? Would that make a difference for you?
A little bit, but it's nice to be able to talk to your teacher. Each teacher teaches differently. They have different things that they expect from you, so it's always nice to be able to go and ask them what their thoughts are on it, or maybe ask them about a specific lecture. And
Okay.
if you have to go a long ways to do that, it makes it difficult.
Okay, how many hours would you say a week you spend in this room when you were taking general A&P?
At least 3 to 4 hours a day after class.
Oh, after a day after class. Okay, so depending when you had class.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Tell us your thoughts. What do you think about this room? Would it be okay if it was across the street in our learning center?
I don't think so. I think it's more better if you have access to your teachers. So I spend after class about 2 to 3 hours also. So I've come here maybe 4 days out the week. So
Okay, all right. And what do you like to do in this room? What's important that should be in a room like this? If we're going to build a new one or move it, what would be some essential things you think are important to include?
the material, I think the material is a big part.
Okay.
Having access to everything here, like the brain models, the ear models, I think that's a good thing.
Okay, so the models are what you pretty much use this room for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what are your thoughts about this room? Do you think it would matter if we put it across the street, or do you think it's important?
more just because, like, I would study here before my lab exam, and it helps me in my lab.
So if it were across the street, would that make it difficult for you to study before your lab
Yes.
exam? Why is
Yeah.
that?
Because the lab room is, like, right there, or right on the same floor in the same building and all that.
Okay, okay. How often do you use this room per week?
Like, 2 hours a week, about.
Okay, okay. And what do you use it for? Is it primarily studying for lab exams?
And lecture.
Okay. So how do you use this room for studying for lecture exams?
I go through all, like, the material and stuff, and just look through my notes and ask tutors about the material and stuff.
Do you ever form study groups in this room?
I have, like, a couple, or not a group, but, like, a pair.
Okay, you meet with another person
Mhm.
and study? Okay. And how about you? What do you feel about this room? Do you think it matters if it's located here or across the street?
Yeah, I think it does. I don't think they'd get a lot of students over there like
Okay.
they do here. It's just a lot easier because the classroom is like right next door and we can study before it. And in that case, if it was somewhere else, you wouldn't be able to quick go study before the exam or whatnot.
Okay, make it a little more difficult to access? All right. Well, thank you for your comments.